Good morning. I am finally back in the land of the whale. I went down. My girls had been sick for 3 or 4. I have 5 daughters, and they've been sick for 3 to 4 weeks. And the toll finally, Daddy finally got tired, and the sickness got me. Um, since, well, we'll get into that later. But I was reading Genesis 38, 39, 40, 41. Right in there about Joseph. Coat of many colors, real cocky, got it. Told his brothers things, and they were upset by it. He was almost naive to the point that he was insulting people when he was telling them things that he saw was coming in the future, right? And we always talk about, hear preachers talk about how he just was little too cocky, and it caused struggle between him and his brothers. I guess he learned his lesson because after he was falsely accused, put in prison, um, interpreted a dream, told the cupbearer, remember me. The cupbearer forgot him. Now you imagine you in prison, you interpret a dream, you say, hey, remember me. He remembers him. I mean, you remember me whenever you get restored. He gets restored, and you like, hey, I'm coming home. I'm good. I'm getting out of here. 2 whole years passed before that guy remembered him. And he really only remembered him because it would benefit him to help the king. I remember something now, king. And the king gets him out of prison. They shave him. They put him in some good clothes. He's feeling fresh to death, and he knows he can deliver what the king needs. The king said, I need you to interpret my dream. And the first thing Joseph said was, I can't do it. Only God can. And I talked to my daughters because they come from me. And my ego is something different. It's what I work on daily. Um, Everything we do, we got to give God that praise. If we doing it in his name. Now, some of these rappers are winning an award, and all they've done was talked about stuff that God would never discuss. You ain't got to give God praise for that. You can keep that, because you confusing the masses and the young people when you say that God gave you that, because he didn't. God wouldn't give you something where you are, unless he's giving it to you for you to fall on your face. And we're seeing things like that right now too. Because God will get your attention. God doesn't care about your flesh. He cares about your spirit. He don't care if you're falsely in prison for 10 years or 2 years longer, as long as he gets you. As long as you figure out what he needs you to figure out. And I think Joseph figured it out. I was just thinking about that, and the shift that he made from being the little cocky brother that annoyed his brothers so much that they broke his father's heart by imprisoning him and saying that he was dead, or selling him off and saying that he was dead, to being someone who finally would get all the fame, and the king would boop, 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 boost him up here. And the first thing he said was, I'm not doing nothing. All glory goes to God. Let's try to do that. It's very easy to pray to God for what we want, but once we get it, we forget his name. Until we need something again, then we go back. Oh, I remember something, God. Thank you for what you did for me, but I need some more help. All right. That's all, man. Unfinished the podcast is coming crazy soon. Like I said I was going to do Unfinished the podcast. I said it. And since I've said it in 2023, my family has had illness. We've had floods in the basement. We've dealt with so much um, that I know Unfinished the podcast has some type of reason, meaning, and I think the devil is worried about what it may become one day. But it can't become what it's supposed to become until we start. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to start. Y'all have a good day. It's Wednesday. If you're in Winston-Salem, the kids are about to be out Thursday and Friday. I can't keep them jokers in school. Um, Teacher work day. Bless it. All right, guys. Peace.